In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT maths question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so let's get started, guys. As usual, we have to reset the calculator. Very important, which is the first thing you should do. So to reset, press second button, then press this plus button. You press 7 for reset, press 1 to reset all. Okay, then press 2 to reset and it will reset all one for us. Alright, it's done. Press the square button. Okay, now the question we have it is in brackets 3x plus 4y bracket close to the power 2. Okay, so we are asked to simplify this algebraic expression we have here. Alright, so guys, in this question we have two variables or unknowns, x and y. Now we're going to store the values of x and y on the calculator as 2. Okay, you are free to use other values aside 2, but I highly recommend 2, guys. So let's store our x to be 2. To do that, we press the value 2. So you press the stop button. We want to store it as x firstly. So x is this button. You then press enter, and it will indicate that the value x has been stored as 2. So let's move this. Let's now store our y as 2 as well. Press 2. Okay, press store to bring out y. Press alpha. This button y is on top of it. So you press enter. So the value 2 has been set as y as well. So let's remove this. Let's go ahead and simplify this question with the values we have stored as x and y. So is in bracket we have 3x, press button for x to come out, okay, plus 4y, bring out y, press alpha, and this button, okay, close the bracket to the power, okay, 2. So that's what we have. Alright, let's press equal to or enter button. So we have it to be 196. So right now we're going to simplify the options. Anyone that gives us 196 will be the answer to this question. It's as simple as this. So let's begin with option A. So option A, we have 9x to the power 2, okay, plus 24x y alpha and this for y to come out, okay, plus 16 y alpha and this button for y to come out, okay, square. So that's it, guys. Let's press enter and see if we're going to get 196 exactly. So the correct option is what? Option A. This is basically how you can do this, guys, fast in your ACT maths multiple choice questions. When you see this kind of problem, this is how you can do it. But I hope you learned something interesting from this video. So guys, let's look at how to solve this ACT maths with this TI-84 plus scientific calculator fast and easily. So the question says which of the choices is equivalent to the following expression: 9x squared plus 6x minus 8. So this is quadratic expression. Okay, so as usual, the first thing will be to use the calculator to put it in default mode. So press second button, press this plus button, press 7, press 1 to reset all, then press 2, and it will do that for us. Okay, so it's done. The next thing will be to store a value, of which I highly recommend 2. Alright, so to store 2 on this calculator, press the value 2, we press the stop button. Okay, we want to store it as x, press this button for x, then press enter and it will store 2 as x. So we're good to go. So let's use this value we stored now to simplify this expression. So we have 9x, press this button for x to come out, okay, square, alright, plus 6x, okay, alright, we have minus 8. So that's it, guys. Let's press equal to see the output. 40. So right now we're going to use the same stored value to simplify each of these options. Anyone that gives us 40 will be the answer to this question. Okay, so let's begin with option F. Remove this. So we have in brackets 9x square minus 2. Okay, close the bracket, open another bracket, so we have x, alright, minus 4, close the bracket. So that's it. Press equal to see if you're going to have 40. No, so let's check option G. So is in bracket we have 3x, okay, minus 2, close the bracket, open another bracket, so we have 3x plus 4. So that's it, guys. Let's press equal to now, or enter button. 40 exactly. So the correct option is what? Option G. This is basically how you can solve this kind of problem, this kind of expression using the TI-84 plus calculator fast and easily. Hope you learned something interesting from the video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so let's get started. The very first thing you will have to do will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset the calculator, you press second button, then this plus button. Reset is option 7. Alright, then you reset all RAM. When you get here, press 1 for all RAM, then press 2 to reset all RAM. Okay, and it will begin to reset all RAM. It's done. Press this clear button. Okay, now to solve this question, you will need to store a number. Guys, you are free to make use of any number you want to solve this, alright, but I recommend that you should be storing 2. So we're going to store 2 on this calculator. So to store 2 on the calculator, press the value first, press the store button, then press, we want to store it as x, press this button for x, then press enter, and it will indicate that this value 2 has been stored. So let's use this 2 to simplify or evaluate this question. Alright, that's the idea. At the same time, we're going to use this 2 as well to evaluate the options to get the value that we rhyme with what we're going to get from the evaluation of the question. So let's do it, guys. Very, very simple. So the question, we have it in bracket 3x, you press this value for x to come out, okay, square, you close the bracket, then to the power of 4, you press this value for power function, then 4. That's it, guys. Press enter button to get the output. So we have it to be 20,736. So right now let's evaluate the options. Anyone that gives us this value 20,736 will be the answer. So let's begin with this option F here. Okay, so let's remove this. So we have option F is 81x to the power 8. So that's it, guys. Let's press enter to see if we're going to get the right output. 20,736 exactly. So the correct option here is option F. This is basically how you can solve this kind of ACT math question easily and fast for your multiple choice questions. Hope you learned something interesting in this video. Let's call it a video here, guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve this ACT math question using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator fast and easily. So you sure you stay to the very end of the video. Okay, so let's get started. The question says we have this expression x to the power 3 plus y to the power 3. Okay, we have to simplify this expression. So this is very, very easy. The very first thing we have to do will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. To do this, press second button, then this plus button, press 7 for reset, then press 1 to reset all and press 2, and it will do that for us. Alright, we are good to go. Press this clear button. Now guys, to solve this kind of problem, we need to store values for x and y, of which I highly recommend 2 for each unknown. Okay, so to store the value of x as 2, you press 2 first, then press the button, then X is this button. Once you do it, press enter, and it will indicate that it has stored as X2. So let's store the value of Y as 2 as well. So you press 2, then you then press the store button. Once you store it as Y, press alpha, it is Y button. Okay, press enter. So Y has been stored as 2. So let's simplify the expression. We have X to the power 3. Okay, then you come down, very important, plus Y, press alpha and this button for Y. Okay, to the power 3, this button is for power 3. So that's it, press enter. Let's see what it's going to give us. So we have 16. Right now we're going to simplify the options. Anyone that gives us 16 will be the answer to this question. Let's proceed from the down option and go up. Okay, so let's simplify option E. So is in bracket we have X minus Y. You press alpha and this button for Y. Close the brackets. Open another bracket. So we have X. Okay, plus. Okay, we have plus, guys. Remove these guys. Alright, plus Y alpha and this. Close the brackets. Then to the power 2. So that's it for that option E. Let's press enter and see if we're going to have 16. No, we have 0. So let's check option D. Let's move this. So option D is in bracket X plus Y alpha and this. Close the bracket. Open another bracket. So we have X square, alright, minus X Y alpha this, okay, plus Y alpha this square. So that's it. Close the bracket. Let's now press enter to see if we're going to have 16. Okay, 16 exactly. So the correct option is what? Option D. This is basically you can solve this problem using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator fast and easily. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video here, guys. Hello guys, in this video we are going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so ensure you stay to the very end. So the question says which of the following is equivalent to this expression we have here. Alright, so this is very simple, guys. Let's do it together. The very first thing to do here would be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. To do this, very second, this plus button, press 7 for reset, press 1 to reset all, and press 2, and it begins to do that. So it's done. Press this clear button. Okay, now we have cube root of x over x to the power negative 2 over 3. Now we are going to store a number of which I recommend to, guys. Now you can choose to store another number aside 2. Alright, but I recommend 2, alright, to be on a safer side. So guys, to store 2 on the calculator, you press the value, then press stop button. We want to store it as x, use the S button, then press enter, and it indicates that it has been stored as 2. Alright, so we're going to use this stored value now to simplify or evaluate this expression. Okay, so let's do it. Remove this. So it's in fraction. You press alpha this window button. So fraction is there. Press button, then press 1. Alright, so we have cube root of x. To bring a cube root, you press alpha and window button. So make use of option 6. Okay, so impute 3 here for cube root, okay, of x. This is x, okay, over we have x to the power negative 2 over 3. Now guys, don't make use of this negative sign button at this juncture. It's going to give you syntax error after inputting the values. The right negative sign to use is this one below. Alright, take note of this. So we have minus infraction alpha window. So fraction is here. Go for 1. So we have 2 over 3. So that's it guys. Let's press enter now and see the output what's going to give us. So we have it to be what 2 as the output. Alright, so right now we're going to simplify the options. Alright, anyone that happens to give us 2 will basically be the answer to this question. Alright, so it's as simple as this. So guys, merely looking at the options we have here, the right option should be option K. Okay, since we stored x as 2, s is the same thing as 2. Okay, so if you just input x for this option K and press enter, you're going to see the output to be 2. So the right option is what? Option K. It's as simple as this. If you simplify option F, it's going to give you 1 as output, because when you substitute x to be 2 here, it's going to give you 2 by 2, which is what? 1. But what we got when we simplify this was 2. So the right option is what? Option K, which is 2. It's as simple as this. This is basically how you can solve this kind of problem using this TI-84 plus centric calculator fast and easily. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video here guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve this ACT math question using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator easily and fast. So ensure you stay with me till the very end of this video. As usual, you guys are going to learn a lot. Alright, so guys, this question is very simple. Just follow me step by step and you'll be able to solve it. So the first thing you will have to do as usual will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press the second button, then press this plus button, go for option 7 for reset, press 1 to reset all RAM, then press 2 and it will begin to reset all RAM. Alright, so it's done. Press this clear button. Now the question says angle alpha is between pi and 3 pi over 2 if alpha has a cosine of negative 3 over 5. What is tangent of alpha? So guys, in this question we are going to store the value of cos inverse of negative 3 over 5 as x on the calculator and then find tan x. Alright, where x is replacing theta, okay, the angle. So now let's store the value of cos inverse of negative 3 over 5. To do this, you press second button and the cos button for cos inverse, okay, of negative 3 over 5. Now guys, pay attention here. Don't make use of this negative button for this calculator. When you use it, or if you use rather this negative sign button, you are going to get the wrong output. In fact, you're going to have syntax error. So don't use this negative sign button for this calculator at this juncture. The right negative sign button to use is this one below. Okay, so press this negative sign. Okay, we have 3 over 5. We got the fraction button, press alpha and this window button. So fraction is here, press this button. Okay, so then press 1. Okay, so we have 3 over 5. Alright, so press equal to or enter button. So we have the output to be this value. You store it as x. To do this, press the store button. So x is here, press this button, then press enter and it indicates that the value has been stored as x. So right now, let's now look for tan x. That will be the answer to this question, where x is replacing theta, the angle. So now press, we ask what is the tangent of alpha. So just press tan x. Okay, x is the value we stored. Press enter. So we have it to be negative 1.33. Alright, so mainly looking at the options we have here, The correct option will be option C, because option C 4 over 3 is the same thing as 1.33. Okay, now guys, there is a slight error on this option C. It's meant to be minus 4 over 3 and not just 4 over 3 positive number. Okay, because this output is having a negative sign. So the error is from the people that state the question. Maybe is it's just an error from them, difference of sign convention. So the correct option is option C, but the difference is the negative sign that is not here. Alright, so it's option C minus 4 over 3. Let me show you alpha window. Okay, fraction. Alright, 1. So 4 over 3 is something as 1.33. Press enter. To put it in decimal, press this mouse button. So option 2 to convert to decimal. Answer to decimal, yes, press enter. 1.33 is meant to be minus 1.33 as I have explained already. So that's it for this question, guys. Let's call it a video. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says, which of the following is an irrational number? Now guys, to solve this question, you have to know what an irrational number is. Okay, so an irrational number is simply a number that cannot be expressed as a ratio of two integers. Basically, irrational numbers don't have a repeating decimal. Alright, they are basically recurring numbers or values. They can also be seen as solid values. Alright, they are expressed in solid form. So in this question we have here, these are the options. Now let's break down 2 over 3, which is option F. Alright, so is in fraction, and just do 2 divided by 3. Okay, enter. So you see we have it to be 0.66. This is a repeating decimal. We're having 6666. Alright, so option F is a rational number, so the answer cannot be option F. So if we check, let's remove this. Square root of 81 is 9. Alright, so it cannot be option G because 9 is not an irrational number. Alright, so rather 9 can be classified as a rational number. It can be expressed as a ratio of two integers. Or basically, square root of 81 is not an irrational number. It can be expressed as a ratio of two integers. Alright, so that's it for this. Then when you check option H, let's see, 3 divided by 7. Okay, enter. So we have it to be this. Oh, this plus 3 divided by 7. So we have it to be 0.428. Now guys, it can't be option H, 3 over 7, giving us this output in decimal. Alright, if you observe, the value is starting with 0 point. Okay, this shows us that this is not a recurring number. Alright, so it cannot be classified as an irrational number. Alright, so let's check option J, which is square root of 2. Guys, square root of 2 is a solid value. So basically looking at it, it tells us that the correct option is what? Option J. Alright, square root of 2 is a solid value. It will give you a recurring number. Let me show you what I mean by recurring number. So to bring out square root, you press second and this button, square root of 2, enter. Okay, now if you check, the value is starting with 1 point. Okay, it's not starting with 0 point, it's starting with a value, not 0. Okay, before point. So this tells us that this is a recurring value. Okay, So the correct option is option G. When you check option K, 37 over 41 is going to start with 0 point. It will tell you that this is not an irrational number. 37 divided by 41. Okay, enter. You see, we have 0.9. This tells us that this is not an irrational number since it's starting with 0 point. Alright, it's only option J that is starting with 1 point. It's not starting with 0 point. Okay, and beyond. Alright, so this is the correct option, option J. Option J, the output is an irrational number and also in a short form, very, very clear. So this is basically how you can figure out rational numbers from irrational numbers whenever you see such in your HTTP maths question. So let's something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve this ACT maths question using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator fast and easily. So ensure you stay with me till the very end of this video. Alright, so let's get started. This question is under trigonometry and it's very, very simple. Now the very first thing we have to do will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. Alright, so to reset, just press this second button, then this plus button. You go for option 7, which is reset, then press 1 to reset RAM, you press 2 to reset, and it will do it for you. Alright, it's done. Press this clear button. Okay, so the question says the expression in fraction square root of 1 minus cos square theta over square root of 1 minus sine square theta is equivalent to which of the following? Alright, now that we have cleared the calculator, next thing will be to store a number, of which I highly recommend 2, guys. Very, very important. So to store 2 on this calculator, you press the value 2, then press the store button. Want to store it as x, you press this button for x, then press enter, and it will indicate that it has been stored as 2. Alright, so let's use this 2 to simplify this expression, this trigonometric expression. So the 2 we have stored as x will be replacing theta here, or it will be substituting theta here. It's as simple as this, guys. So this is in fraction. To bring out the fraction symbol, you press alpha window. So fraction is here, press this button, then press 1. Alright, so we have square root of, we press second button and this to come out, square root of 1, okay, minus cos square theta. Now guys, pay attention here. This is how you're going to represent cos square theta on this calculator. We're going to do cos, remember our theta, we are going to represent it with x, okay, the x we stored, button, s will come out, close the brackets. Alright, then we have this square, you then press this square button for the square. Alright, over, we have square root of, we press second, this button, 1 minus sine square theta, that's sine x, close the bracket, square. Okay, so this is how you're going to represent it, guys. Alright, exactly like this. Okay, we are good to go. Let's press enter now to see what we're going to have as the output. We have 2.185 if we are leaving it in 3 decimal places. Right now, let's simplify the options. Anyone that gives us 2.185 will be the answer to this question. It's as simple as this. So let's begin with option F. So we have, remember we got 2.185. So we have sine theta, which is sine x. Okay. No, let's check option G. So we have cos theta, which is cos x. Alright. No, let's check option H. Tan theta, which is tan x. Close the bracket, press enter. minus 2.185. Guys, it has to be option H. Alright, there is a mistake in this answer we have here. They are meant to put negative sign here. Alright, so the error is from the people that state this question. Alright, they're meant to put negative sign for this option H. So the correct option is option H. Alright, that's the correct option. The difference is the sign. Alright, so that's it for this question. Cot theta is something as 1 over tan theta. Sec theta is something as 1 over cos theta. So when you check the output, it will not give you 2.185. Alright, so the correct option is what option H. The only difference is that this one is in positive convention. This one here is a negative convention, of which the slight error is from the people that set this question. They didn't recognize the sign convention. Alright, so that's it for this video. The correct option is option H. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video here, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT maths question with the TI-84 plus scientific calculator easily and fast. Alright, so the question says, which of the following has the largest absolute value? Now guys, this question is very simple. All you need is to learn or know what absolute values are. Alright, so basically in mathematics, absolute value is simply a value that is positive in nature. Alright, so the importance of absolute value in mathematics is that it assigns negative values positive signs. Alright, if a value is negative, the presence of the absolute value convention will make that negative value to become a positive value automatically. Alright, so whenever you hear the word absolute value, just know that whatever negative value you're working with or you have in whatever situation we basically turn to a positive value. So we have these following options, alright, of which we are having negative values included in the options. Alright, so basically just know that these negative values will now be positive in nature because of the presence of absolutes in it. Alright, so let's look at each of these options we have here. Which value seems to be the highest? We have 0.683 option F. Now minus 2 over 3. Basically this is now 2 over 3, no longer a negative sign, it's now 2 over 3. So let's check 2 divided by 3. What's the output? We still have 0.6. Alright, so let's check 7 divide 11. 7 divide 11. Okay, we have it to be 0.6 as well. Alright, so guys, this one we have option J minus 0.7. Basically it's now a positive number because of the absolute value involved. Alright, so it's now 0.715. 0.7 is higher than 0.6. Remember, option G we still got it to be 0.6 there, but option H is still around 0.6. So 0.7 is higher than 0.6. Alright, but let's check 21 over 29. 21 divide 29. Let's see the output. We have 0.72. Now guys, 0.72 is higher than 0.71. Alright, this option K is having negative value, but because of the presence of absolute value is now a positive word number, no longer a negative number. So we are now considering 21 over 29 at this instance, at this situation, because of absolute value no longer negative 21 over 29. Alright, so 0.72 is higher than 0.71. So guys, the highest or the largest absolute value in these options we have here is 21 over 29, which is option K. That's the answer to this question. It's as simple as this. This is basically you can identify largest absolute values. This is basically how you can identify largest absolute value in a given question. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve this ACT maths question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so let's get started. The very first thing you will have to do will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. Alright, so to reset, press second button, then this plus button, press 7 for reset, press 1, then press 2, and it will do that for you. Alright, so it's done. Press the clear button. The question says this is under trigonometry. We have in fraction tan theta cos theta over sin theta equals what? Alright, so to simplify this trigonometry using the calculator, guys, we need to store a number of which I highly recommend to. I have solved this kind of question, a similar question like this, in one of my previous videos on this ACT Maths hack series. So if you have watched that video, you'll be able to figure out this question as well. But let's solve it together, guys. It's part of mastering it. So to start 2 on the calculator, you press the value 2, press the stop button, then press, want to store it as x, press this button for x, then press enter, and it will indicate that it has been stored as 2x. Alright, so let's use this value we have stored now to simplify this trigonometry question we have here. So x is replacing theta on the calculator. So it's a fraction. To bring out a fraction, sign, you press alpha window. So fraction is here, press this button, then press 1. So we have tan theta, which is tan x, okay, close the brackets, cos theta, that's cos x, close the brackets, over, we have sine theta, that's sine s, close the bracket. So that's it, guys. We are good to go. Let's press enter button now to see the output, whether we're going to get any of the values we have as the options. Press enter. So 1, exactly, option B. So the correct option is option B, 1. It's as simple as this. This is basically, you can simplify this kind of trigonometry expression using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator easily and fast for multiple choice questions. Alright, hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT maths question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says, which of the following sets of numbers will have the smallest standard deviation? Alright, so these are the options. So this is the calculator, the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. The first thing you will have to do will be to reset the calculator. To do this, press second button, then this plus button. You go for option 7, then press 1 to reset all RAM. Alright, then press 2 and it will reset all RAM for us. Okay, it's done. Press this clear button. Now, remember, we're going to find the standard deviation of each and every one of these lists we have here. Alright, so we do it one by one till we get the one that is the smallest among the options we have here. Alright, so this is the data we are working with, the options. So on the calculator, you are going to press this start button. Alright, you press it. So we are under edit, so press 1. Let's input the values respectively. So let's begin with list 1. Alright, so under list 1 we have this data. You input them. We have 1, press enter. We have 3, press enter. You have 5, press enter. We have 7, okay, we have 9, we have 11, follow me, guys, we have 13. Alright, so that's it for list 1. Let's go back to list 2. So under list 2 we have 2, 3, 17. Okay, follow me, guys, this is very interesting. Alright, what else? We have 19, 29, 84. Okay, 19, 29, 84. Alright, then we have 112. Alright, so let's go back to list 3, which is option C. We have 11, 12, 12, 11. Okay, 12, 12. We also have 13. Okay, we have 14, 14 as well, and 15. Okay, so that's all for list 3. Let's go back to list 4. List 4, we have 6, 9, 11. Okay, 6, 9, 11. This is option D. Okay, we have 17, 25, 39. 17, 25, 39. Follow me, guys. This is interesting. And lastly, we have 49. That's for list 4, option D. So let's check the last option, option A, which will be our list 5. Alright, so let's go back to this place. We have 85, 96. Okay, we have 108. Alright, we have 112. We have 119. Okay, we have 129. And lastly, we have 145. So that's it for list 5, the last list we have here. Alright, so we are good to go, guys. We are good to go. Let's begin to find the respective standard deviations for each list we have here. So from it, we can detect or know the one that has the smallest standard deviation. Alright, so let's begin with option A. To get the standard deviation of option A, you press the start button. Okay, this time I want to go to calculate. You go for one variable statistic, press 1. So we are looking for the standard deviation of list 1. We don't have a frequency list for this data, so just ignore it and come straight to calculate. Press enter. So you see we have now, guys, we have two standard deviations here, the sample and the population. Alright, so we are going to make use of the sample to judge the values. Alright, so here for option A, we have the sample standard deviation to be 4.3. Alright, okay, so let's check the sample standard deviation for option B. Alright, remember we have 4.3. Are we looking for the smallest? So let's clear this. Alright, then go over to stats. Okay, now go to calculate. Now, guys, the data we have input already, the values are stored. Alright, so no need to panic. The values are stored. They will not go out until we receive the calculator. So let's still go back to one variable statistics. This time around, let's look for the sample standard deviation for option B. So which is our list 2. We change this to list 2 to input list 2 here. I press second and this button. Alright, so we have list 2 now. Ignore the frequency list. Come to calculate, press enter. Alright, so we have the sample standard deviation to be 42.80, which is higher than that of option A. We are looking for the least, alright, the smallest. So let's check for option C, the sample standard deviation for option C. Clear this. Alright, so this is my one. You go for second. No, don't go for second, guys. Just press this start button alone. Alright, so come to calculate, then one variable statistics, then list 3 now. Second, this button for list 3. Come to calculate, press enter. Alright, so the sample standard deviation for option C is 1.41. This is the smallest so far, guys. Option C, this is the smallest so far. Let's complete all of them. Let's check option D and see if we're going to get something more small than what we have here. Alright, so we have 1.41, which is our smallest so far. Alright, so let's check that of option D. Clear this. Go back to start. Okay, go to calculate. Okay, one variable statistics. Then list 4, second, and look at list 4 here. Alright, come to calculate. Enter. Remember, list 4 is our option D. Alright. So we have the sample standard deviation to be 16.3. No. So let's check the last option, which is option E, our list 5. Come back to statistics. Alright, go to calculate. Then 1. List 5 is per second, and this button to come out. Then come to calculating. Know the frequency list. Press enter. We have it to be sample standard deviation to be 20.05. No. So the smallest value we got as a sample standard deviation was around 1 point something, which is option C. So guys, the correct option to this question is option C. Option C gave us the least or the smallest sample standard deviation. Alright, so that's it for this video. This is basically how you can do this with a TI-84 plus scientific calculator easily and fast. Alright, to save time. If you are trying to do this manually, to take you a good level of time to figure out. Alright, so with the calculator, it's very simple. Just input the values and find them respectively. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using a TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says we have log base 2x over y plus log base 2y over x. Alright, so we have to simplify this logarithmic expression. Now, the very first thing we have to do will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. Alright, so to reset, just press second button, then this plus button, go for option 7. Press 1 to reset all RAM, then press 2, and it will do that for us. Alright, it's done. Press this clear button. Okay, now guys, looking at this question, this is addition of two logarithms. Now, one of the laws of logarithm is when two logarithms are being added and the base is the same, you multiply the two logarithms. Alright, so here the two logarithms that are adding together, the base is the same. So when you multiply them, you're going to have log x over y times log y over x, which will give us log y x over log yx to the base 2. Alright, so log yx over log xy or log ys, when you divide the two of them, you're going to have the output be 1. Alright, so that's what we're going to give you. Log sy over log ys, when you divide, you're going to have 1. So right now, the log reading we have now will be log 1 to the base 2. Alright, so that's what we are going to look for on the calculator to get the output of log 1 to the base 2 on this calculator. Firstly, you press this mouse button. Okay, so you go to this place, we have log base. Alright, press enter. So the base is 2, so we have log 1, and that's it. Let's press equal to now or enter button to see the output. 0. So the correct option here is what? Option H, which is what? 0. This is basically how you can simplify this, guys. It's as simple as this. There's no rocket science to this. This is very, very simple. Alright, so hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question. Alright, so this question is very, very simple, guys. It says if a student got 95% of the questions on a 60 question test correct, how many questions did the student complete correctly? Alright, so guys, 95% means, so it's in fraction. You're going to make use of this fraction button and press alpha window. Okay, so you go to fraction, press 1. So 95% means 95 over 100. Alright, so 95% of the questions on a 60 question test correct. How many questions did the student complete correctly? So 95% of 60 will be, so go this side, a half times 60 over 1. So you press alpha window fraction 1. Alright, so 60 over 1. So that will be all for this question. So we are good to go. Press enter now to get the output or results. 57. Alright, so the correct option to this question is what? 57. Option A. So it's as simple as this, guy. This is basically how you can solve questions like this involving percentage. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, easily and fast. The question says simplify square roots of 40 or root 40. Alright, now guys, this question is very simple with the calculator. Now, you don't need to store any value on this calculator and you don't need to reset it. The question is straightforward. So let's break down root 40 with the calculator. So to bring out the square root function, we press second button and this S square button. So we have square root of 40, press enter. So we have it to be 6.32 if you are stopping at 2 decimal places. So right now we're going to check the options. Anyone that gives us 6.32 will be the answer. We're going to break them down. Alright, so basically it can be option C and it can be option D, because 10 root 4 will give you 20, 5 root 4 will give you 10. Alright, so the answer lies between option A, option B and option E. So let's begin with option A. Alright, so 2 root 10 second and this button, it has to be option A. Alright, technically, so press enter. 6.32 exactly. So the correct option here is what? Option A. This is basically how you can do this fast and easily. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve this ACT math question. Alright, so the question says, what is the value of s in the equation minus 2x plus 1 equals 4 in bracket x plus 3 bracket close? Alright, so this question is very simple, guys. We're going to do it with the calculator now. The very first thing we have to do will be to use the calculator to put it in the first mode. So we say press second button, then this plus button, press 7 for reset, press 1 to reset all around, press 2 and it will reset all around for you. Alright, so we are good to go. Press this clear button. So we need to go to the equation solve on the calculator. You press this mouse button. Alright, scroll up, come to display solver. Alright, press enter. Okay, so the E1 is for the equation at the left side of this expression, whereas the E2 is for the equation at the right side. So for E1 we have minus 2. Now guys, make use of this minus sign or negative sign button because we are starting with a negative value. So we have minus 2x, press this button for s to come out. Okay, plus 1. Alright, so come to E2, we have 4 in bracket x plus 3, close the bracket. So that's it, guys. We're good to go. Now press this button for OK, this graph button. Alright, now when you get here, guys, you are required to assign x a value. I highly recommend 0 here. Alright, so be assigning your x 0. So let's impute 0 here. Alright, so we are good to go. Let's press the solve button now to solve this for us. Alright, so let's press alpha and this enter button. It will solve it for us. So our x is minus 1.83. Alright, so let's simplify these options here. Anyone that gives us minus 1.83 will basically be the answer to this question. Alright, so let's clear this. Delete everything, press second and this quit button to go out. Alright, so minus 6 over 11. Now guys, make use of this negative sign button because I'm starting with negative sign. Alright, so minus 6 divide 11. Let's see what it's going to give us. Minus 0.54. No, we got minus 1.83. It can't be option B. So let's check option C. So we have minus 11 divide 6. It should be option C. Alright, enter. Minus 1.83 exactly. So the correct option is what? Option C. This is basically how you can deal with this kind of problem using the TI-84 plus calculator fast and in seconds for your multiple questions in ACT Maths. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT Maths question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. So the question says, what is y-intercept of the line 4y plus 2x equals 12? Okay guys, this question is very simple with the calculator. Now the very first thing you will have to do on the calculator, we need to reset the calculator to put it on a default mode. So to reset, press second button, then this plus button, press 7 for reset, press 1 to reset all RAM, then press 2 and it will do that for you. Alright, so it's done. Press this clear button. Now this question 4y plus 2x equals 12, this is a linear expression, a linear graph, meaning that our graph, we're going to have a straight line graph and not a curved graph. This is a linear expression. Alright, so we're going to work with the equation of a straight line graph, which is y equals ms plus c. So we're going to make y such a formula here. To begin with, this 2s will cross over the equality sign and it will change to negative value. So we're going to have 4y equals 12 minus 2x. Alright, so at this point now you divide both sides by 4. So when you divide both sides by 4, your y will now be 12 minus 2x, alright, over 4. Okay, so let's plot the graph of 12 minus 2x over 4 on the calculator. Make use of this y equal to button. So you're going to have, now there are two ways you can do this. Alright, you can choose to break down the 4, alright, or you can choose to solve it using 4 as a LCM. Okay, so either way will be correct. So let's solve it when 4 is a LCM. So it's going to be in fraction, press alpha, this window button, then fraction is this. So we have press 1, alright, we're going to have 12, alright, minus 2x, press this button for x, over 4. Alright, so basically what I mean is that when you separate the 12 and negative 2x here, alright, when you don't want to use 4 as the LCM, you're going to have 12 over 4 minus 2x over 4, which will give you 3 minus 1 over 2x. Okay, so let's press graph button now to graph this function. So this will give you the solution of the graph. Okay, so as you can see, the y-intercept, which is where the straight line hits the y-axis. So if you look at this, the y-intercept, the straight line is hitting the y-axis at this intersection. Alright, so this should be 3. The correct option in this question is option G, which is 3. Alright, to be sure, you can just press second and this trace button for calculation. So go for intersection option 5 and it will show you the intersection y is equals to 3. Alright, so that's it for this kind of question. Alright, now let me show you guys in case if you follow this method you still arrive at the same answer. So let's clear this. Alright, second mode button. So let's go back to this. Okay, so we're going to clear everything here. Follow me guys, this is interesting. Alright, so we have, when you separate the values now, alright, so it's going to be 3, okay, minus 1 over 2x. So press alpha and this window button, fraction is here, press 1, okay, 3 minus 1 over 2x. So put x value here, okay. So this is what we're going to have guys. Let's graph it. You're going to arrive at, here we're doing the y-intercept as well. So you grab this function, you see, at 3 as well. So when you want to confirm, just press second and this trace button. So y-intercept 5. So to give you 3. So that's it for this quiz. I hope you learned something interesting from this video. Alright, so let's call it a video guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says if 9m minus 3 equals minus 318, then 14m equals what? Now guys, this question is very simple. This is simple algebra in action. So to solve this question with the TI-84 plus scientific calculator, firstly, you need to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press the second button, then press this plus button, press option 7, then press 1, press 2, and it will do that for you. So we are good to go. Now guys, in this question we're going to replace m with x in the calculator. So let's make use of equation solver to do this. So you press the smart button, you scroll up, this is solver, press enter. So we have 9m minus 3. We're going to replace m with x, so it's going to be 9x, okay, minus 3 equals minus 318. So come down to e2. Now guys, this minus 318 is starting with negative sign, so press this negative sign for it. This is the correct one. Don't go and use this one, you're going to have syntax error. So this is the right one to use whenever you want to start with a negative sign. So we have minus 318. So that's it, we are good to go. Press graph for okay. Assign x to be 0. So press 0. We are good to go. Now press alpha and enter button to solve it. So our x is what? Minus 35. That's minus 35. So right now to get 14m, basically all you have to do, clear this with the, just let's grab from this equation. So if I press second mode and it will go out. So we got minus 35, right? So it's going to be 14 times minus 35, where m is minus 35, right, times this number 1. We're going to make use of the negative sign because we are starting with negative sign at this point, minus 35. So that's it, we're good to go. Press enter now to get the output. So we have it to be what? Minus 490. So the correct option is option E. This is basically how you can do this guys using the TI-84 plus in the calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Now guys, this question is very simple. It says, what is the value of log base 464? Now, to solve this question, all you have to do is to locate the log function on this calculator. Alright, so basically you don't need to store any value for this kind of question, and you don't necessarily need to receive a calculator to solve it. So to solve, go to maths, then locate the log function. Let's scroll up. Alright, so this is the log based function I'm looking for. Press enter. Alright, so the base is 4, and come here and put 64. And that's all. Let's press enter to see the output. 3. So the correct option is what? Option A. This is basically how you can solve this, guys, using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Let's call it the video, guys. Hope you learned something from this video. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. So the question says find the measure of angle ROST in the triangle below. Alright, so guys, the very first thing we have to do is to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press second button, then this plus button, go for option 7, press 1 and press 2, and it will reset the calculator for us. Alright, press this clear button. So back to the question. In this question, this is a scalene triangle. We know that the sum of the angles in a triangle equals 180 degrees. Alright, so we are looking for the measure of angle x. Alright, here. So for us to get the measure of angle x, firstly we need to get the value of angle r in this side of the triangle. Alright, so to get the value of x, we're going to sum 111 plus 2x plus x and equate it to 180 degrees. So let's do it with a calculator. You press this mouse button, then scroll up to equation solver, press enter. Alright, so I'm going to have 111, alright, plus 2x, okay, plus x. So come to E2 and impute 180. Since we are equating everything to 180, so we are going to go press this graph button for OK. Alright, so assign x to be 0, then press alpha and this enter button to solve it. So our x is what? 23. Now that our x angle here is 23, which is the side of this R, to get the measure of angle x here, alright, is going to be, we're having 2x in this side of the x angle. So to get the actual measure, we're going to times this 23 by 2. Alright, since x is 23, so times 23 by 2. So 23 times 2 will give us what? 46, and that will be the measure of angle RST. That's this side of the triangle, the measure of angle x. Alright, so the answer is 46. This is basically how you can deal with this problem using the TI-84 plus calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says, what is the simplified form of minus in bracket 3x plus pi bracket close to the power 2? So the very first thing we have to do is to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press the second button, then this plus button, go for option 7. Alright, press 1 to reset our and then press 2 and it will do that for you. Alright, it's done. Press this clear button. Now guys, we're going to store a number of which I highly recommend 2. We're going to store 2 on this calculator, which we are going to use to simplify this question and also use it to simplify the options to get our answer. So to store 2, press the value, 2, press the store button, look at x alphabet, want to store it as x, press this button, then press enter, and 2 will be stored as indicated here. You're good to go. So let's evaluate or simplify this question with a stored value. So the question is starting with negative sign. Always make use of this sign, this negative sign here when the question is starting with a negative sign. So we have minus in bracket 3x, okay, plus 5, close the bracket, square. Alright, so this is the square function. So that's it guys, we're good to go. Press enter. Minus 1, 2, 1. Alright, so right now we're going to simplify the options. Anyone that gives us minus 1 to 1 will be the answer to this question. So let's begin with option J. Alright, so option J, we have it to be minus. Again, it starts with negative sign, so make use of this button. Minus 39, okay, s square. Alright, minus 25. So let's press enter. No, we got minus 1 to 1. Let's check option I. So we have minus 9x square, okay, minus 30x minus 25. So that's it guys. Let's press enter and see the output. Exactly, minus 1 to 1. So the correct option is what? Option I. This is basically how you can solve this kind of problem using a TI-84 plus and a calculator. Alright, so hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's quit the video here guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says for all x not equal 0, we have the expression 2 over 3x plus 1 over 5 equals what? So we have to simplify this algebraic fraction. So this is very simple guys. The very first thing to do for this kind of question will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode, because I'm going to store a number. So to reset, just press second button, then this plus button, go for option 7, press 1 and press 2, and it will reset the calculator. Alright, it's done. Press this clear button. Now we need to store 2 guys, very important. We're going to use the 2 we are going to store now to simplify this expression, and also use it to simplify the options to get one answer. So to store 2, press the value 2, press the store button. Want to store it as x, press this button for x, then press enter, and 2 will be stored as indicated here. So we are good to go. So let's simplify this algebraic fraction. So we have in fraction alpha window for fraction, then fraction option 1, we have 2 over 3x. Alright, then we have plus a fraction again. Okay, we have 1 over 5. So that's it guys, press enter. So we have 8 over 15. To put it in decimal, just press this mouse button. Okay, so come down to this decimal option to press enter. So answer to decimal, press enter again. So 8 over 15 is sent in as 0.53. So right now we're going to simplify the options. Anyone that gives us 8 over 15 or 0.53 will be the answer to this question. So remove everything here. Let's begin with option E and progress upward. So remember we got 8 over 15 or 0.53. So let's simplify option E is in fraction. Okay, so we have 1 over 5x. So this is basically 1 over 10, which is 0.1, can be this. So 1 over 10 is 0.1, no. So let's check option D. After this, okay, so we have 2 over 15 plus x, that's 2 over 17. No, it can't be this. We got 8 over 15. So let's check option C. Okay, alpha window, fraction 1. So we have 10 plus 3x over 15x. It should be option C. Okay, but let's verify. Press enter. It's over 15 exactly, so the correct option is what? Option C. This is basically how you can deal with this kind of problem, solve this algebraic fraction easy and fast using the TI-84 plus calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus calculator. So the question says 5 cans of tomatoes cost $6.50. At this rate, how much will 9 cans of tomatoes cost? Alright, so guys, this question is very simple. You don't need to store any value. You don't need to use the calculator to do it. So to solve this question, we're going to make use of the fraction button to simplify it. So alpha window. So this is fraction, option 1. So now guys, if 5 cans of tomatoes cost $6.50, then 9 cans of tomatoes will cost, just do 9 times $6.50, alright, over 5. Okay, the 5 is the 5 cans. That's all. Press enter and you're going to get the output or the result. $11.7. So the correct option is what? Option G. This is basically how you can solve this kind of question. It's as simple as this. Hopefully something interesting from this video. Alright, so let's call it a class here, guys. Basically, when you have this kind of question, just use this expression and solve it. If 5 cans will cost $6.50, 9 cans will cost dash, which will be your x. Okay, so when you cross multiply, you make s subject formula and you get the result. So that's basically what I did here. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's get the video, guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says find the slope of the line 7x equals 3y minus 9. Okay, guys, this question is very simple with the calculator I'm going to show you. So the very first thing you have to do is to reset the calculator, and to reset, just press the come button, this plus button, go for option 7, then press 1 and press 2. It will reset it for you, erase all data. Alright, so we are good to go. Press this clear button. Now guys, merely looking at this question, alright, I already know the answer. Okay, the answer to this question is basically option C, 7/3, but I'm going to show you guys on how to verify. Alright, so let's do it. Now we're going to make use of the equation of a straight line graph. Alright, because this is a straight line expression or equation, which is the equation of a straight line graph is y equals ms plus c. So we need to make y the subject formula here. Firstly, this -9 will cross over the equality sign. We're going to have 7x plus 9 equals 3y. Alright, so when you divide both sides by 3, you're going to have 7x over 3 plus 9/3. So 9/3 is the same thing as 3. So basically our y will be 7x over 3 plus 3. So that's the equation of this straight line graph. So let's plot it on this calculator. We have this y equals in fraction alpha, this fraction is here. Okay, first one. So we have 7x over 3. Alright, then plus 3. Okay, so this is the equation of the straight line graph we are looking for. Alright, so let's plot it, graph it, press this graph button. So it's a straight line graph equation. Okay, so now to get the slope, you're going to find the derivative of this graph, and that will give you the slope. So you press second and this trace button for calc. Go for divide by dx, press 6. Okay, we are good to go. Just press enter, and when x is 0, y equals 3. Just press enter to get the derivative. So we have it to be divided by dx equals 2.33. Alright, and 2.33 is the same thing as 7 over 3. As I told you guys initially that the answer is 7 over 3. Alright, so 2.33 is the same thing as 7 over 3. That's the answer to this question, option C. Okay, let me show you guys second mode button to repeat. So 7 divide 3 is 2.33. Alright, so the correct option is what, option C. This is basically how you can solve this kind of question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video here, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so guys, this question is one of the easiest ACT math questions I have come across or seen. So the question says, what is the value of x to the power 5 for x equals 3? So you don't need to store any value on this calculator to do this, and you don't need to restore the calculator to do it as well. Alright, so since they have given you the value of x to be 3, so x to the power 5 simply means impute 3 here and raise it to the power 5. That's all, guys. For x is already 3. Press enter and you will get the results of the answer. 243. So the answer is option G, 243. It's as simple as this. This is basically how you can solve this kind of problem. Alright. Though you can choose to store x as 3 and do it, but that's kind of a pattern that is not straightforward. May I prefer this way? Very straightforward, easy and faster. So that's it for this video. Hope there's something interesting. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. So the question says, what is the median of this data we have? Now guys, this is very simple with the calculator. The very first thing we have to do is to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press second button, this plus button, press 7 to reset, press 1 to reset all RAM, then press 2, and it should do that for you. Alright, so it's done. Press this clear button. Now to input this data, you are going to press this start button. Alright, so under edit, press enter. Okay, so let's work with list 1. Alright, so let's input the data here for list 1. So let's begin. We have 0.024. Follow me, guys. This is very easy. Then we have 0.008. Alright, then we have 0.1. Okay, we have 0.024. 024. Alright, enter. Then we have 0.095. 0.095. And lastly we have 0.3. 0.3. Okay, so as you are inputting the values, they are being stored on the calculator automatically. So now we are done solving. Let's get the median. Very simple. Just press the start button again. This is my one. Go to calculate. Alright, under calculate, go for one variable statistics. Alright, press enter for it. So we want to get the one variable statistics for list 1. Just press enter again. Press enter again for this to go to calculate this indication. Alright, so we are good to go. Press enter once more to get the output. So it's solving it. So this is the values respectively. This is the S bar. This is the sigma S. But we're looking for median, guys. Alright, so this S bar is just the mean. Alright, but we're looking for the median. Just go down. You're going to see median is 0.0595, which is option C. 0.0595. That will be the answer to this question, option C. So it's as simple as this. This is basically how you can find median of data using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video here, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says the ratio of boys to girls in a kindergarten class is 4 to 5. If there are 18 students in the class, how many are boys? Now guys, this question is straightforward. You don't need to store any value on the calculator and you don't need to use the calculator to do it. So firstly, you need to add 4 and 5 to get the sum of the ratios, which will give us 9 when you add. If there are 18 students in the class, how many are boys? To get the number of boys in the class out of 18 students will not be, we do, let's make use of this fraction button, alpha window. So fraction is here, so you press 1. So the ratio of boys is 4 over 9, 9 being the sum of the ratios between the boys and the girls. Alright, then times the number of students in the class. Number of students in the class is 18. Alright, so that's it, guys. This is 18 over 1. We're good to go. So let's press enter now to see the output, and that will give you how many boys in the class. 8. Alright, 8 boys. So the correct option here is what? Option G. Alright, so it's as simple as this. Since we have 8 boys in the class, and even we ask how many girls in the class as well, all you have to do is to subtract 8 from 18 and you get the output, which will give you 10. Or you can just do, let's remove this. Okay, alpha window, fraction, and 1. This time around, the ratio of girls is 5 over 9. Alright, come here times 18. You will still get 10 as the output. Either way we work, 10. Okay, so it's as simple as this. This is how you can solve this question easily and fast. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so this question is under quadratic equation and it's very easy with the calculator. The question says, what are the solutions to the equation x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0? So let's do it now, guys, with the calculator. To begin with, I highly recommend that you should reset the calculator. So to reset, just press second plus button, go for option 7, press 1 and press 2. So we are good to go now. Let's press this clear button. So let's go to the quadratic equation solver. You press the app button, then go to option 4, poly simultaneous. Press this clear button. So quadratic equation is under polynomial root finder. So if you go for option 1, now we have various degrees of a polynomial. Alright, so a quadratic equation is a polynomial in which the highest degree is 2, or the highest exponent of power is 2. So this setting by default is okay for us. As you can see, this indication is pointing at 2. So that's the degree we want to solve for. Alright, which is quadratic equation. And even this question is under cubic equation, we would have switched to the value 3, which is for cubic equation is an equation in which the highest degree or exponent is 3, but we want to solve quadratic, the highest exponent or degree is 2. So let's press this graph button for next. Alright, so let's impute the values of a2, a1 and a0 respectively. Now guys, in quadratic equation it usually has labels, alright, a, b and c, alright, but the a, b and c labels are replaced with a2, a1 and a0 respectively here on the calculator. Alright, so for the a value, which is a2 here, the coefficient of this s square will be the a value. Alright, so this is the leading term. Alright, so the coefficient of this leading term s square is 1. So you're going to put 1 here, enter. The coefficient of 8x, which is the one following the leading term, is 8, which will be our b value, and b is replaced with a1 here. Alright, coefficient of 8x is 8, then enter. The constant c, which is being replaced with a0 here, so press 15, and that's where we're good to go, guys. Now to solve this, press this graph button. We have solve is written on top. Alright, so we have the x1 to be -5 and s2 to be -3. The correct option is what? Option H. This is basically how I can solve this kind of problem using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator easy and fast. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says the formula to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit is F equals 5/9 C plus 32, where F is degrees Fahrenheit and C is degrees Celsius. What Fahrenheit temperature is equivalent to 63 degrees Celsius? Guys, this question is one of the simplest questions I have seen for ACT. So you don't actually need to store a value to solve this question or to reset the calculator. All you simply have to do is to plug in this 63 degree here in this variable c we have, and you'll be good to go and simplify the expression. So let's solve with the calculator now. To do this, let's express it on this calculator. So it's in fraction. You press alpha and window button. So press this button for fraction, press 1. Alright, so we have 5/9. Alright, then the c is 63 degrees. That means times 63. Okay, then we have plus 32, and that's all. You will now get the equivalent of the Fahrenheit as 63 degrees. So let's press enter to see the equivalent. 67 degrees. Alright, so 67 degrees is the equivalent of Fahrenheit temperature as 63 degrees Celsius. Is as simple as this, guys. This is basically you can solve this question using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator easily and fast. So ensure you stay to the very end of this video. So the question says simplify cube roots of 16x to the power 5 y to the power 4. Alright, so guys, this question is very simple. When you apply the law of indices to this question, the right law of indices, you are going to arrive at 2xy cube root of 2x square y. That's this option F. But let's solve with the calculator. For those of you that might not really know how to do it with that manner method. So that's the essence of this video, to show you how you can do it with this calculator. So guys, let's get started. As usual, we're going to store two values. One will be for x and one will be for y. So before we store, let's reset the calculator. So to reset, you press second button, this plus button, then option 7, press 1 and press 2, and it will do that for you. So it's done. Press this clear button. So let's put the value of x as 2, which is the value I highly recommend for the two variables x and y. So we press 2, press the stop button, this is the x button, press enter, and 2 gets stored as indicated. Alright, so let's store 2 as y, press 2, press store, then press alpha, and this button 1, while we come out, press enter. So y has been stored as 2 as well. We are good to go. Press this clear button. So let's use this two value we have stored as x and y respectively to simplify the question. So we have cube roots of, to bring out cube roots on this calculator, go to your maths. So you go for option 5. That's the correct function you are going to use. Alright, so we have cube roots. We put 3 here, come to this place, then impute 16. Okay, x to the power 5, make use of this power function. Alright, come down, very important guys. We have y alpha this to the power 4. So that's it. Let's press enter to see the output. So we have 20.15. Right now, let's simplify this option F and see if we're going to have 20.15. So we have 2x, y. Okay, cube root of, go to maths, option 5 is the right function. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. Let's begin with cube root of option 5, the right option. So cube root of 2x square, and we have times y. So let's go back to this place now and put the remaining values. So we have 2x and y after this. So we are good to go guys. Let's now press enter to see the output. Alright, so this is the right way to go about it, that you will not have unnecessary error. Alright, so let's press enter. 20.15 exactly. So the correct option is what? Option F. This is basically how you can do this using the TI-84 plus central calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so guys, this question is very easy. It's under simultaneous equations or systems of equations. So the question says if 2x plus 3y equals 55 and 4x equals y plus 47, find x and y. Alright, so we are going to use the simultaneous equation solver on this calculator to find x and y respectively and simplify this expression x minus y. So let's get started. I highly recommend that you should reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press second button and this plus button, option 7, press 1 and press 2, and it will do this for you. Alright, it's done. Press this clear button. So to go to simultaneous equation solver, firstly press this app button, then under here go to this option for police simultaneous. Alright, so when you get here, just press any button. Let's press this clear button. Alright, so you're going to go for simultaneous equation solver, this option 2. Alright, then this is simultaneous equation involving two unknowns or variables and two equations. So this setting is correct for us as default. We are good to go. Now press this graph button for next. Okay, so let's input the values for equation 1. The coefficient of 2x is 2. Press enter. Coefficient of 3y is 3. Press enter and we have the constant to be 55. Follow me guys. Okay, so for equation 2, the coefficient of 4x is 4. Press enter. Now guys, pay attention here. This y will cross over this equality sign and it will change to negative y. So the coefficient of negative y is negative 1. Make use of this negative sign guys, don't use this one. Alright, so we have minus 1, enter, and yeah, the constant is 47. Alright, so that's it guys for this kind of question. This is how you will solve it. So this 47 will not join and cross the equality sign, it's only the y that will cross. Alright, so let's press the solve button now to get the output of x and y. Press this graph button, we have solve is on top to solve the equation for you. Alright, so it has solved it fast. X is 14 and y is 9. Alright, so x1 is representing x on this calculator, s2 is representing y. Alright, so take note of these guys. So now that we have the value of x to be 14 and the value of y to be 9, so x minus y here means 14 minus 9. So guys, 14 minus 9 will give us what? 5. So the correct option is option 1, H, 5. That's the answer to this question. This is basically how you can deal with this kind of problem easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. So the question says simplify minus in bracket 6x to the power 4 y to the power 3 bracket close square. Alright, so guys, this question is very simple. When you apply the right law of indices to this question, you are going to arrive at this value minus 36 x to the power 8 y to the power 6 as the answer, which is option C. Alright, but you can also verify your answer with the calculator for those of you that might not really know how to apply the law of indices to this kind of question and get the right answer. So you can always make use of the calculator method, and that's the essence of this video. So let's go ahead and solve it now. We have x and y variables. We're going to store values for them. So let's begin by resetting the calculator as usual. So to reset the calculator, press second and this plus button. Alright, go for option 7. Press 1 to reset R1, and then press 2 and it will do this for you. Alright, so it's done. Press this clear button. Now, so guys, let's store the value of x as 2 and also the value of y as 2. Very important. I highly recommend this value or number for each variable. So let's store 2 for x. Press the value 2, press the store button. This is the x button. Then press enter and 2 will get stored as indicated here. Let's store the value of y as 2 as well. So press 2. Now to bring out the y alphabet, firstly press the store button, then alpha and this button y will come out, then enter. Y has been set as well. So we are good to go. Let's now use it to simplify this expression we have here. Alright, this is an algebraic expression. Alright, so we have it starting with negative sign. Very important as well. Pay attention, make use of this negative sign here. I've said this before in my previous video. Don't make use of this one. If you use this one, you end up having syntax error. So we have minus. Whenever your question starts with negative value, always make use of this one. Okay, so we have minus in bracket 6 x to the power. Make use of the power function. Power 4 will come down. Very important. Then we have y alpha this and y will come out to the power 3. Also important, you come down, then close the bracket. We have square. So that's it. What we have here, guys. Let's press enter now to see the output. So we have it to be minus 589,000 824. So let's check option C and verify whether it's going to give us this value we just got. Alright, so it starts with negative value minus 36. Okay, x to the power 8, come down, then we have y after this to the power 6. So that's it, guys. Let's press enter. Exactly, minus 589,824. So the correct option is what, option C. This is basically how you can do this, guys, with the TI-84 plus scientific calculator, easy and fast. Alright, though we have solved a similar question before in my previous video, but it's part of mastering it as we met similar question again we just solved now. Alright, so that's it for this video. Let's go to the video, guys. Hope there's something interesting. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, guys, so this question is under long division of polynomial and is very easy using the TI-84 plus calculator to solve it. So the question says simplify this expression for all x not equals to negative 3. So we are going to store a number, and before we store, let's firstly reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press second button, this plus button, go for option 7, press 1 and press 2, and it resets our alright, we are good to go. Press this clear button. Now we're going to work with 2. Let's start 2, guys, on the calculator. I highly recommend 2. So to start to press 2, press the stop button. We want to store 2 as x. This is the x button. Then press enter button and 2 will be stored as indicated. So we're good to go. Let's use this stored value now to simplify this long division of polynomial we have here. So it's in fraction. To bring out the fraction button, press alpha and window button. Alright. So look at fraction. Go for option 1. So we have 4x square, alright, plus 11x. Okay, we have minus 3, alright, over x plus 3. So that's it. Let's press enter now to see the output. 7. So right now we are going to simplify the options. Anyone that gives us 7 will be the answer to this question. So guys, basically looking at the options, the correct option will be option E, which is 4x minus 1. Alright, because when you plug into here in this 4x, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 minus 1 give you 7. But let's do it. 4x minus 1 will give you 7. So the correct option is option E. This is basically how you can deal with this kind of problem using the TI-84 plus NP calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so guys, the question is under matrix. We have math x to be this and math y to be this. We have to find math x minus math y. Okay, so guys, this question is very simple using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. So the very first thing we have to do will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press the second button, press the plus button, go for option 7, press 1 and press 2. You'll be good to go. It will reset the calculator for us. Okay, so it's done. Press this clear button. Alright, so let's go to matrix mode to solve this. So input these values under matrix mode, press second button and this button x inverse. Alright, inverse of x button, matrix will come out. So let's edit the matrix. Let's begin with math A. Math A will represent math x for us on the calculator. So press 1, you give it order. So the order of this matrix is 2 by 2 matrix. Alright, very, very important guys. Come to this place and put 2 as well. 2 by 2 matrix, press enter. So let's input the values for mat A, which is we have 3, enter, we have 4, enter, we have 5, enter, and we have 6. Alright, so as you are inputting the values, they are being stored automatically on the calculator. So we are done with mat A. Let's input the values for mat B now. Okay, so let's press second and this button again. Let's go to edit. This time around, we want to input the values for mat Y, which is a mat B on the calculator. Press 2. So give it order. It's also 2 by 2 matrix. So that's it. Press enter. Okay, so for mat B, we have negative 2. Make use of this negative button, guys. Very important. -2. Press enter. We have 4. Press enter. We have -1. Press enter. And we have 0. So that's it, guys. The values are now stored on the calculator. So let's go out of this page and find what we're asked to find. So no need to panic, the values are already stored. Let's press second and this mode button to quit. So let's find what we're asked to find now. Press second and this button again for matrix. So this time around we want mat A minus mat B. Okay, so we press 1, mat A minus mat B second and this button again. So mat B is 2. So that's it, guys. Let's press enter now to get the results. So we have it to be 5066 option word F. This is basically how you can deal with this kind of problem using the TI-84 plus calculator. Easy and fast. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. The question is on a log reading. We have if log base 3x equals 2, then x equals what? Alright, this question is very, very simple using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Let's get started. The very first thing you have to do will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press second button, this plus button, group option 7, press 1 and press 2 and it will do this for you. Alright, so it's done. Press this clear button. Now we need to go to equation solver. You press math, scroll up, so look at solver, press enter. Alright, so for E1 we are going to input log base 3x. So let's locate the right log base function on the calculator. You press math, scroll up, so scroll up again. This is it, log base. That's the function I'm looking for. Press enter. So the base is 3. Come here and put x. Alright, go to E2 and put 2 here. So I go to group, press this graph button for OK. So assign x to be 0 here. Very important. To solve it now, press alpha and this enter button. So x is what? 8.9, which is approximately what? 9. 8.9 is approximately 9. So the correct option is what? Option B. Let's verify this option. Let's go out of this place, press second and this mode button to quit. Now let's go back to the log base function and see if we're going to get an output of 2 after imputing the values there. So we press math, scroll up, come to this place, press enter. So the base is 3, come to this place, impute 9. That's it, press enter. Output was 2. So option B is correct. This is basically how you can do or solve this kind of problem using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's call the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says what is the solution set of the equation x squared minus 4x minus 4 equals 2x plus 23. Alright, so guys, this question is under quadratic equation. So basically, you have to arrange these equations in the correct order. So to arrange it in the correct order, this equation we have at the right side, you cross over to the left side, everything, and the right side now will not be equals 0. So when 2s crosses over, it will change to negative 2s. When 23 crosses over, it will change to negative 23. So you just collect like terms. So we now have x squared minus 4x minus 2x minus 4 minus 23. So the new equation will now be x squared minus 6x minus 27 equals 0. Alright, because minus 4x minus 2x will give you minus 6x and minus 4 minus 23 will give you minus 27. So let's find the quadratic equation now for x squared minus 6x minus 27 equals 0. So you are going to go to this up button to locate the quadratic equation solver. Alright, so but first let's reset the calculator guide to put it in default mode. Very important to reset. Press second, then this plus button, press 7, press 1, press 2, and it will do that for you. Alright, so it's done. We are good to go. Let's press this up button now. So you go to poly simultaneous, which is option 4. Alright, so press this clear button. Now we want to solve quadratic equation. Quadratic equation is under polynomial root finder. So press 1. Alright, so quadratic equation is a polynomial in which the highest degree or exponent of power is 2. So this setting by default for us is correct. As you can see, the indication is at 2 degree. So just press this graph button for next. Alright, let's input the values of A2, A1, and A0 respectively. Now, our A2 will be what's the coefficient of the leading term, S squared, which is what 1. Alright, press enter. Then our A1 will be the coefficient of the term following the leading term, which is minus 6x. Alright, so the coefficient of minus 6x is minus 6. You make use of this negative sign button, guys. Don't use this one. Very, very important. Okay, press enter. Then the constant will be our A0. Constant is minus 27. Alright, so we press this negative sign 27. So that's it, guys. We are good to go. Now let's press the solve button to get our output. The solve is under the graph button. Okay, just press the graph button. So as you can see, the output, we have our x1 to be 9 and our x2 to be negative 3. So the correct option here is what? Option D. So we have negative 3 and 9. So that is for this kind of question. This is basically how you can solve this kind of question easily using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so guys, this question is under difference of 2 square. It's very, very simple. Mainly looking at the question, I already know that the correct option will be option H. Alright, x plus 3. It says simplify x squared minus 9 over x minus 3. Okay, but let's do it with a calculator. Let me show you guys how you can do this with a calculator as well. Alright, those of you that might not really understand how to do it manually, so let's do it with the calculator. Now the very first thing you we have to do is to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. Alright, so to reset, just press second button, press plus button, then go for option 7, press 1 and press 2, and it will do this for you. Alright, so it's done. Press this clear button. Now we need to store x as a value. Let's store x as 2, which is the value I always recommend. So to store x as 2, put the value first 2, press the stop button. We want to store it as x. This is the x button. then press enter and x will get stored as 2. Alright, so we're good to go. Let's use this third value now to simplify this expression we have here. So it's in fraction. We press alpha, this window button. It's in fraction. Press 1. So we have x squared, okay, minus 9 over x minus 3. So that's all. Press enter now. The output is what? 5. So right now, let's check the option that give us 5. Basically, it will be option H because S is 2, 2 plus 3 is 5. Alright, but let's still check. We have x plus 3, that's 5. So guys, this is basically how you can solve this kind of problem using a TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question using our fast using a TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says a circular lid to a jar has a radius of 3 whole number 1 over 2 inches. Find the area of the lid. Alright, so guys, this question involves circle. So basically, all you need here is to know the formula for area of a circle and apply it, and you will get the correct answer. So the radius is 3 whole number 1 over 2. So let's convert this mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So it will be 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, that's 7 over 2. So it's now an improper fraction, which is 7 over 2. So let's simplify now. The area of a circle is pi r square. So it's going to be a fraction first. Let's open bracket first, then alpha window. Alright, this is fraction 1. Alright, 7 over 2. Alright, then we have square. This is the radius, pi r square. Let's put pi now. We bring up pi per second and this button. And pi will come out. So that's it, guys. Pi r square. This is the application. Let's press enter to see the output. 38.48. So basically check the options for anyone that will give you 38.48. Alright, but when looking at the options we have here, you can easily decode that the correct option will be option C, which is 49 over 4 pi square. Alright, so let's simplify option C, guys. Remember we got 38.48 here. So it's in fraction again, alpha window, fraction 1. So we have 49 over 4. Then put the pi. That's all. Press enter. 38.48 exactly. So the correct option is what? Option C. This is basically how you can solve this kind of problem using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator for ACT math question. Alright, very simple. Let's go to the video, guys. I hope there's something interesting. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so guys, this question is very simple. You don't need to store any value. You don't need to use a calculator in order to solve it and get it right. The question says find the hypotenuse of the triangle below. Alright, so we're going to apply the Pythagoras rule to solve this question. For those of you that might not know Pythagoras rule, the rule states that in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse equals the sum of the squares on the other two sides of the triangle. Alright, so the hypotenuse side is what we are looking for, is unknown, so let's call it x. So to simplify or to solve this question to get the hypotenuse side, so it's going to be, we can choose to use equation solver to simplify this, guys. So let's go to maths, locate equation solver. So we have B, press enter. Alright, so the E1 will be for the x square. Alright, because our hypotenuse is unknown, so it's x square x square. Okay, enter. So the e2 will be 4 square, alright, plus 9 square. So that's it. Let's solve this now. Press this graph button for OK. Assign x to be 0. So that's it. Press alpha and this enter button to solve it. So we have the output x to be 9.84. Let's leave it at two decimal places. 9.84. Alright. So right now you're going to check the options. Anyone that gives you 9.84 will be the answer to this question. Alright. So let's quit this. I feel the answer will be option I. Alright, let's verify. Remember, we got 9.84. So we have square root of second base of 97. Enter. 9.84 exactly. So the correct option is what? Option I. This is basically I can solve this kind of problem using a TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope there's something interesting for this video. Alright, so let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says find tan x for the right triangle below. Now guys, for this question, there are two ways you can solve this problem, and it's very simple. Let me show you now. The very first thing we have to do is to reset the calculator to put it in the first mode, because we're going to store a value for this question. So to reset, press second, then this plus button, go for option 7, press 1 and press 2, and it will do this for you. Now the first method you can use to solve this question is by going through the roots of sine theta, storing the value of sine inverse of the theta in sine. Okay, now guys, sine theta in trigonometry identity equals opposite of hypotenuse, and in this right angle triangle, the 4 is the opposite value, the 3 is the adjacent value, and the 5 is the hypotenuse value. So sine theta will be sine 4 over 5. Alright, that's opposite over hypotenuse from SOHCAHTOA. Alright, so we're going to store the sine inverse of 4 over 5 as x and use it to simplify tan x. Okay, so let's do, guys. Sine inverse will be this second button and this sine button. So it's in fraction. We have, or you can just do sine inverse of 4 over divide 5. Close the bracket, press enter. So this is the output. Let's store this as x. So you press the store button, this is the x button, press enter, and it will get stored. Alright, so let's use it to simplify tan x. Alright, where our x is this value we have stored already. So tan x will now be tan this, close the bracket, press enter. So we have the output to be 1.33. And guys, 1.33 is the same thing as 4 over 3. Let's verify, clear this. So 4 divide 3, enter. 1.33. So the correct option is what? Option H, over 3. Now another way you can solve this question is going through the roots of cos theta. Alright, so cos theta in trigonometry identity equals adjacent over hypotenuse in SOHCAHTOA. Alright, so we're going to store the cos inverse of, now in adjacent over hypotenuse, the adjacent value is 3 and the hypotenuse value is 5. Alright, so we're going to store the cos inverse of 3 over 5 as x and use it to simplify tan x. So let's do, guys. Second, and this cross button. So we have 3 divide 5. Alright, so this is adjacent to my hypotenuse and car. Alright, go to bracket, press enter. So we store this as x. Press the stop button, this, and enter. So we're good to go. Right now, let's find tan x. Enter. Still 1.33. So the value of x here, this angle, in this right angle triangle, is 1.33. So that's how I can solve this kind of problem. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video again. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. So the question is under standard form. So we are looking at multiplication of standard form values. So it says, what is the product of 5 times 10 to the power negative 4 and 6 times 10 to the power 8? Alright, so to express this in a calculator, you don't need to store any value, you don't need to reset the calculator to do it. Just go straight forward to solve it. So let's represent these values in a calculator. So it's going to be 5 times 10 to the power, make use of this button for power, negative. Now guys, pay attention, make use of this negative sign, negative 4. Alright, calm down. Then times 6 times 10 to the power 8. And that's all. Let's press enter now to get the output. So we have it to be what? 300,000. Alright, so 300,000 is the same thing as 3 times 10 to the power 5. Alright, so we have 5 zeros here, so it's the same thing as 3 times 10 to the power 5. So that's the answer to this question. Now guys, for this kind of problem, don't make use of this negative sign button here. For this place we have a negative 4. Alright, let me show you. You're going to get syntax error if you make use of this negative sign here. Let's check. 5 times 10 to the power negative 4. Let's use this negative sign now. You see, you're going to get the wrong output. A fast syntax error times 6 times 10 to the power 8. So that's it. Press enter. You see error, syntax error, because we use this negative sign here, this number 1 for this negative 4 exponent for 10 here. So don't make use of this negative sign button when using this calculator, or let's use this one for this kind of situation. So this is basically how you can solve this problem and get the right answer. Remember, we got 3 times 10 to the power 5 initially. So that's the correct answer, 200,000. Let's go to the video guys. Hope there's something interesting from this video. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says simplify 1 over 2x square in brackets to the power negative 3. Alright, so the very first thing we have to do to solve this kind of problem will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So we say press second button, then this plus button, go for option 7, press 1 and press 2, and it will do this for you. Alright, it's done. So the next thing now will be to store a value of which I highly recommend 2. So to store 2 on this calculator, press the value 2, press the stop button, then once stored as x, the x button, press enter, and 2 will get stored as indicated here. So we are good to go. Now let's simplify this expression with the 2 we stored. So we have now a fraction alpha window, fraction press 1. So we have 1 over 2x square. Alright, come and close the bracket. Then we have to the power, make use of this power function, -3. Now guys, pay attention here, make use of this negative sign button, not this one here. Alright, so that's it. Let's press enter now to see the output. We have 512. So right now we're going to simplify the options. Anyone that gives us 512 will be the answer to this question. Okay, so let's begin with option A. So we have 6x to the power 6. No, let's check option B. We have 8x to the power 6. Exactly, so the correct option is option B. This is basically how I can solve this kind of problem using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's go to the video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Now guys, this question does not require resetting a calculator or storing a number. So the question says, what is half percent of 90? Now, what you need to do is to know how to represent this on a calculator to get the correct output. So let's do it, guys. We're going to make use of fraction button. So we press alpha window for fraction. So this is fraction, then press 1. Alright. So 1 over 2 is the same thing as 0.5. Alright. So for you not to make unnecessary mistake, just replace 1 over 2 with 0.5 here on the calculator. So we have 0.5, alright, over 100 times 90. So this is how you can represent this on the calculator easily and get the correct output. Alright, 1 over 5% something as 0.5%. Alright, so let's press enter. The output is what? 0.45, which is what? Option D. So the correct answer is what? 0.45, option D. This is basically how you can simplify this using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. I hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question is on algebraic fashion and it's very simple. The very first thing we have to do will be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press the second button, this plus button, go for option 7, press 1 and press 2, and it will do this for you. Alright, so it's done. Press this clear button. The next thing will be to store a number, which I highly recommend 2. So to store 2, press the value 2, then press the stop button, press this value for x, want to store it as x, then press enter, and 2 will get stored as indicated. So we're good to go. Let's now use the stored value to simplify this algebraic fraction. So it's in fraction, we have alpha, this window button for fraction, this is fraction, press this y equal to button, then press 1. So we have 4 over 3x. Alright, then we have plus in fraction again, alpha window, so fraction is here, press 1. So we have x minus 1 over 5. So that's all, press enter. So we have 13 over 15. Right now we're going to break down the options. Anyone that gives us 13 over 15 will be the answer to this question. Alright, so let's begin with option J and proceed upward. So option J we have is in fraction. Alright, so we have x square here plus 4x, okay, minus 1 over 15x. So that's all. No, so let's take option I after this window fraction 1, so we have 3x square, alright, minus 3x, okay, plus 20 over 15x. So that's the first enter. 13 over 15 exactly. So the correct option is what? Option I. This basically can solve this kind of problem. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video here, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says, what is the length of the missing leg in the right triangle below? Now guys, this question is very simple. We're going to apply Pythagoras rule to solve it. So Pythagoras rule states that in a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse equals the sum of the squares on the other two sides. So in this right triangle we have the place we have 10 is the hypotenuse side, the place we have 9 is the adjacent side, and the place we have x is the opposite side of the right triangle. So let's solve this. Firstly, let's use the calculator to put it in default mode. So to receive, press second button, this plus button, option 7, go for 1 and press 2, and it will set on for you. Alright, so it's done. Now we're going to make use of equation solver. So press math, scroll up, this is solver, press enter. Alright, so our E1 will be 10 square, remember the square of the hypotenuse. Then our E2 will be the sum of the squares on the other two sides. So we have 9 square, alright, plus x square. So we're looking for the value of x actually. So that's it guys, we are good to go. Now let's press this graph button for OK to solve this question for us. Assign your x be 0, very important. So that's it. Now press alpha and solve. This enter button. So we have the output to be 4.35. Alright, so right now we're going to check the options. Anywhere gives us 4.358 will be the answer to this question. Alright, so let's remove this. You can press this second mode button to quit. So let's take square root of 19. This second and this button for square root of 19. So let's check what is going to give us 4.358 thereabouts. 4.358 exactly. So the correct option is what? Option C, square root of 19. This is basically you can solve this kind of problem. It's not fast. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call this video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says, what is the value of x when y is equal to 15 for the equation y equals y squared minus 1? Alright, so guys, this question is very simple using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. So the very first thing we have to do would be to reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, just press the second button, then this plus button, go for option 7, press 1, press 2, and it will reset the calculator. All for you is done. Press this clear button. Alright, so the next thing will be to go to equation solver. That's the mode or the setting of the calculator used to solve this kind of problem. So you press math, scroll up. So this is solver, press enter. Okay, so the E1 will be our 15. They say when y is equal to 15. Okay, then come to E2. E2 will be 4x square, alright, minus 1. So that's all. Let's press this graph button now for OK. Alright, assign x to be 0. Very important, guys. And that's all. Now press alpha and enter button to solve it. See, x is equals what 2. So the correct option for this question is what 2. It's as simple as this. This is basically how you can solve this kind of problem using a TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT maths question easily and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, now guys, this question is very simple. You don't need to store any value. You don't need to reset the calculator to solve it. So let's get started. So to simplify this question, this is a question you can apply the right law of indices to it and get it solved easily. Now, merely looking at this question, I already know that the correct option will be option D, but let's verify. To simplify this on the calculator, so we have 36 alright to the power. Okay, so is in fraction, so you put negative sign first. Now pay attention, guys, make use of this negative sign for this negative sign at this question. Don't use this one, use this one. Okay, so in fraction, press alpha, window, this is fraction, press 1. Alright, 3 minus 3 over 2. So that's it. Let's press enter button to get the output. So we have it to be 0.0046. So right now, let's simplify option D that I have already said it will be the correct option and see whether it will give us 0.0046. So it's in fraction. I can just do 1 divide, it will work 216. Okay, you see 0.0046. So this is basically how you can simplify this kind of problem using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator easily and fast. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT maths question using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, the question says, what is the minimum value of 9 cos x? Guys, this question is very simple. Basically, all you have to do will be to substitute the value of x with every number or value we have in the options to get the one that will give you an output that is the minimum or the least. Alright, so let's begin to experiment. Let's start with option A. So it's going to be, again guys, for this calculator and for this question, it involves trig identity. Alright, so you have to ensure that the calculator is in radian to get the correct response. Alright, so by default this calculator used to be in radian. If yours happen to be in degree, all you have to do to put it in radian is to press this mode button. Alright, so once you press the mode button, you just come down to this place. We have radian and degree beside it. So if yours happen to be in degree, like here is now indicating degree, just switch it to radian and press enter. Alright, so it will go to radian. So let me just show you. If I this is degree, if I press enter, it will change to degree. Alright, it's now in degree. If I go back to radian and press enter, it will change to radian. So that's it. Very important, guys. So having known that, let's proceed. So option A will be 9 cos x is now 9. Okay, close the bracket. What will be the output? Press enter. Minus 8.2. Alright, so let's take option B. Option B will now be 9 cos x is now 0. What's the output? Press enter. Output is 9. Alright, 9 is higher than minus 8.2. Alright, so let's check option C. Option C will now be 9 cos, we have minus 90. Make use of this negative sign, guys, very important. Okay, minus 90. Close the bracket. What will be the output? Minus 4.0. So minus 4.0 is higher than minus 8.2. Okay, so let's take option D. Option D will be 9 cos our x will now be negative 2. Okay, close the bracket, minus 3.7. So minus 3.7 is higher than minus 8.2, which is the first option. Alright, so for now, the least value we have gotten is minus 8.2, which is option A. Well, last, let's check option E and see if it's going to give us something different. Okay, so it's now 9 cos our x is now negative 9. Close the brackets, press enter. We are still having minus 8.2. So option A and option E are giving us the same output, meaning that this question has two correct options. Alright, but I think that is a mistake from the people that said the question. So, but as it stands now, whichever option you choose or go for, either option A or option E should be ticked correct for you. Alright, so this is how you can basically solve this kind of problem using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. How you can simplify them and get the minimum value from this string identity. Let's go to the video, guys. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so this question says find the value of x in this triangle below. So guys, looking at this triangle, you can decode that this triangle is an isosceles triangle. Now, an isosceles triangle is a triangle in which the two sides of the triangles are equal. Now, an isosceles triangle is a triangle in which the two angles of the triangle are equal. So if you check, you will see s degree and s degree shows that the both sides of the angles of this triangle are equal. Alright, so to solve this, the sum of the angle in a triangle equals 180 degrees. So you're going to basically sum everything we have in this triangle and equate it to 180 degrees, then make x subject formula. So to do this with the calculator, basically what you have to do, firstly let's reset the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press the com button, press the plus button. Alright, then go for option 7, press 1 and press 2, and it will do this for you. Alright, so it's done. Now let's go to equation, solve, and press math, scroll up. So this is solver, press enter. Alright, so our E1 will be 112 degrees, okay, plus x plus x. Alright, then our E2 will be 180. We are equating everything to 180 degrees. So that's it, guys. Let's press the graph button for OK. Then assign x to be 0, very important. So press alpha and so and enter button now to solve this question. So our x is what, 34, option E. So the correct answer to this question is what, option E. This is basically how you can solve this kind of problem using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easy and fast using the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says find the value of sine A if angle A is acute and cos A equals 9/10. Guys, this question is very simple. So let's do it, guys. We have solved this kind of question, the similar version of it before, but let's still experiment with this one. It's part of mastering it. Alright, so let's go ahead. The very first thing we have to do will be to reset a calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, press second, go for this plus button, option 7, press 1 and press 2. Alright, it's now clear and we are good to go. The next thing you will need will be to store a value as x. So we are going to store the output of cos inverse of 9/10 as x on the calculator and use it to find sine A. Alright, so let's do it. Cos inverse will be press second, and the cos button is in fraction. We have alpha window, press this button and press 1. So we have 9 over 10. Okay, so close the bracket, press enter. So let's store this as x. To store, press the store button, press this button for x. Okay, then press enter, and it will indicate that the value has been stored as x on the calculator. So we are good to go. Now note that x is replacing the alphabet A in this question. Alright, so right now let's now find sine x instead of doing sine A. Alright, x is replacing A. So instead of doing sine A on the calculator, you do sine x, where x is replacing A. So let's do, guys. It should now be sine x, close the brackets. Okay, find the value of sine A if angle A is acute. So we are good to go. Press enter now to see the output. So we have 0.435. Right now, let's simplify the options. Anyone that gives us 0.435 will be the answer. Let's begin with option J and proceed upward. So option J, we have a fraction. Okay, when you press alpha window, then you press this button, press 1. So we have square root of second, and this button, square root of what? 19. Okay, over 10. Let's see the output. 0.435 exactly. So the correct option is what? Option J. This is basically how you can solve this kind of problem using a TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope there's something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys. In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this ACT math question easy and fast using a TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Alright, so the question says, what is the domain of this function f of x equals this rational function? Now guys, this question is very simple. Whenever you're asked to find the domain of a rational function where the denominator is a quadratic expression, basically all you have to do will be to find the roots of the quadratic expression, and that will serve as the answer to your question. Alright, so let's go ahead and find the roots of this quadratic equation. Firstly, let's switch to the calculator to put it in default mode. So to reset, we press second, this plus button, then go for option 7, press 1 and press 2. Alright, and it will do this for you. Okay, so now let's go to this app button, press app, go for option 4, policy simultaneous. When you come here, just press clear button. Okay, so to find the roots of this quadratic expression, we're going to make use of a polynomial root finder. Press 1 for it. Alright, now a quadratic expression is a polynomial in which the highest degree is 2. So this setting by default is okay for us. As you can see, the indication is pointing at 2. So press graph button for next. Okay, now let's impute the correct values. Now our a2 will be the coefficient of the leading term. So in this quadratic expression, s squared plus 3s minus 4, the leading term is s squared. So the coefficient of s squared was 1. Press enter. So 1 is the a2. Now for a1 will be the coefficient of 3x. Coefficient of 3x is what? 3. Press enter. So 3 is our a1. Now for the a0 will be the constant. The constant here is what? -4. Now guys, make use of this negative sign for -4. So we are good to go. We have input the correct values. Now let's press the graph button to solve this. So we have the output, x1 is -4 and s2 to be 1. This shows us that the correct option to this question is what? Option J. Alright, so if you want to interpret this option we have here in option J, this means that the domain of this function equals all real numbers except -4 and 1. Alright, so this is how you can interpret it. The domain of the function equals all real numbers except -4 and 1. Okay, so this is how you can solve this kind of problem with the TI-84 plus scientific calculator. Hope you learned something interesting from this video. Let's call it a video, guys.